I would like to start with Mr. Athman. He's playing a lead role on India investment, India Matters.
Thank you, Kapil.
Mr. Athman is a managing director of Hills and Company and has over 20 years of high-level policy, legal, and communication experience across foreign affairs, trade, and defense, with a deep understanding and set of relationship in the Asia region. Earlier in the President Obama's administration, he was the chief of staff in the US State Department International Security. Athman played a lead role on India matters, including the creation of US-India Strategic and Commercial Dialogue and Reimagine US-India CEO Forum, and managed the development of comprehensive strategic plans in the key market with a focus of Asia and Latin America. So we have Mr. Athman, and now we'll be starting by asking the question from Mr. Athman about his views. So considering Mr. Athman yourself has always worked on the outbound investment in foreign market, including India, and recently on account of COVID, there is a massive supply chain shifting in the world. So can we say that India is going to be a preferred destination for US market to expand and shift its production? So over to you, Mr. Athman, and also if you can just be a little bit brief about yourself, then followed up with the answer on this. Thanks.
Sure, Kapil. Thank you to you and Kritam Advisory for bringing us together. It's wonderful to be here this morning or this evening, depending on where you are, with all these terrific panelists. To answer your question about India being a preferred destination, it's a remarkable time right now in the world. We're already seeing massive investments in India in recent months from the likes of American companies like Google, Amazon, and Facebook. Many US companies are certainly taking a closer look at all that India has to offer. They see the potential size of India's market. They recognize its youth and aspiring people, the country's use of technology to innovate, and of course the talent and the skill of its many workers. India, unlike some countries, it's not viewed as a national security threat to the United States, of course. Our relations are quite friendly and amicable. There aren't concerns about forced technology transfer requirements or commercial espionage, like with other investment destinations. So the changing geopolitical and trade winds, they create a unique opportunity for India. A number of US businesses had a positive experience with Invest India to address issues that arose during India's lockdown at the start of the epidemic. I think that kind of customer friendliness can go a long way in creating a positive impression. For a number of companies, it reinforced the sense that there were remarkable changes underway in terms of how the government approaches foreign investment and how keen it is to attract investment. Ultimately, companies look for regulatory and legal certainty and predictability before they invest billions of dollars. Not surprising. Businesses we work with here in Washington consider factors like the relative ease of doing business, the costs associated with land and labor, stable, simple, straightforward tax policies, and of course, protection of intellectual property. These are all areas that the government of India has been focusing on in recent months and has been making progress. Some companies want to trade with the market first to learn more about its potential before they invest. And so an open orientation to US imports and product standards that are generally consistent with global ones, that can help facilitate the initial commercial steps that ultimately result in large investments in India. I think many US companies have taken note of Prime Minister Modi's bold call for Atmanirbhar Bharat. They want to understand more about how they can help India achieve self-reliance and how they can align with the government's priorities in this regard. Finally, I think it's worth noting that major changes in supply chains, they take a little bit more time than I think all of us participating in this call would wish and hope. So that probably counsels in favor of just a little bit of patience and doing the work of making sure we have consistent, coherent policy making. But overall, again, the vast majority of US companies see India as a market in which they must have a robust presence. And I think the future remains quite bright in that regard. Thank you.